welcome back to my channel, Simply Tish. So today I am making pastelillos. That's like it's basically like an empanada, and it has like a beef inside. I'm gonna be making that, but first, what we have here is the ingredients we need to make cilantro. In here we have one bell pepper, green bell pepper, one red bell pepper, one onion, one head of garlic, and I use 3 mini sweet peppers. We're also going to need salt and pepper and ground oregano. I just want to point out that you don't need to use salt and pepper if you don't want to. It's not really called for. I feel like if you don't really want to use it because you don't want to have any salt in there, don't add it. I'm going to. However, we also have cilantro. The food processor is right here. So let's get started. So I put the processor right here, and we're also going to need 1/3 cup of olive oil. Basically, I have a lot here, so if you have a bigger processor, I would say to do that. I took out the garlic and I placed it with the cilantro because we're first going to take the vegetables and just go ahead and place it in here. I mean, you could do however much you see in the beginning. Pour it in there. Please make sure to wash your hands. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm going to add the top, and we're gonna go ahead and chop the vegetables. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop all of the peppers and the onions. At this point, we're going to go ahead and take our black pepper, and I'm going to go ahead and add about 1/2 tablespoon, as well as I'm only going to put 1/2 tablespoon of salt. If you want to add the whole tablespoon, you're supposed to add a whole tablespoon. You can. I don't think I need it because when I cook, I add more as I cook. And the oregano, I have decided to put less than half in here, just like this. And what I'm gonna do now is put the top back on. Don't be like me, have a bigger processor or a blender, but it's working for me. So add this on here, and we're going to blend. So I am done with the sofrito. This is how it looks. Good. It smells so good in here. All these ingredients like blended together. It smells divine. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna pull this out. Stir it up. This is the consistency you want. You can have it thicker, more chunkier if you want, or if you want to blend it up longer and get it a little bit more blended, you can do that too. But this is the sofrito. Now let's go ahead and start working on the meats. So I put this pan on medium-high heat, and I am going to add the ground beef. I'm using 93% fat lean meat, 93% lean, and we're gonna go ahead and cook this until it's browned. While this is cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up the vegetables that we need for the meat itself and put away the sofrito. I put it in trays, like ice trays like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the sofrito in there, cut up the rest of the vegetables we need for the meat for the pastelillos, and yeah. Okay guys, so now that the beef is brown, I'm just gonna go ahead and set this to the side and work on sauteing the onions and peppers. Okay guys, so I went and added around maybe a tablespoon and a half of olive oil into the pan. I'm gonna take the sofrito. I'm gonna add the sofrito. And I'm gonna go ahead and just let this cook for maybe about just a few minutes, just until it starts turning a little brown. So just go ahead and you put the sofrito in the pan and you just let it cook until it gets a little brown, or for about 3 to 4 minutes. So this has been cooking for about 3 minutes now. When it gets to this point, we're gonna go ahead and I diced a quarter of a red and green pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and add that in. I also chopped up a small onion, and we're gonna add that in. We're gonna mix this all together, and I'm gonna let this saute with the sofrito for another 4 minutes. I wanna note that when you're making the sofrito, it's really up to you of how much you wanna put of everything. I put cilantro. You can also use cilantro. I couldn't find that anywhere, so go ahead and just use extra cilantro. And yeah, so right now this is sauteing. I'm gonna let this saute for another 3 minutes. Okay guys, so this has been sauteing for at least 5 minutes now. Right now I'm going to go ahead and add some adobo. If you want, you can just go ahead and use salt. I'm also going to use a packet of sazon. Give that a mix. I'm going to use some garlic powder, just a little bit, since there's garlic in the sofrito. With this, you're going to have to go by taste, so if you're going to use the adobo, start with maybe a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons, kind of go from there, from taste. Same thing with salt if you're going to use salt. I'm gonna go ahead now and add, this is the tomato sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and add, this is about, so that was about 10 ounces of tomato sauce. I'm gonna take that and just give it a turn. I put it on medium-high heat for now. And we're gonna go ahead and let this heat up a little bit. Okay, so at this point, I'm gonna add the olives. This is about 1/4 cup of chopped olives. Optional. If you don't want to have it in there, you don't have to. If you want to add more, add more. If you want less, add less. It's how you like it. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a little turn. At this point, we're gonna take our meat that I have right here, set aside in a bowl, and we're going to add that in here. Once I add this back in here, I'm gonna give all of this a mix. And at this point you wanna cover it because we want the juices to stay in here. We don't want any of it to really evaporate. So I'm gonna go ahead and mix this together. This has been cooking now for a few minutes, and I'm just giving it a turn right now. I tasted it and I ended up adding more adobo. That's why I say you really have to go by your taste. So as you're cooking this and it's on medium heat, as you're turning it, give it a taste, and if it's not your desired at your desired level for salt, Just go ahead and add either more salt or more adobo. It doesn't matter, whatever you choose. And yeah, this is how it should look. I want to mention that you can actually eat this on top of rice. I'm gonna make it today pastelillos. I'm gonna make it like empanada style. However, you can use this mixture, put it on top of rice, any way you kind of want it actually. This is how it's looking. It tastes really, really good. The smell of this in the kitchen is so good, and it smells divine, honestly. I'm gonna let this cook for maybe another 5 minutes, and I'm gonna start putting together the pastelillo. Okay guys, so now this is what I'm using. These are the empanadas that I'm using to make the pastelillos. They also have the ones that are they aren't yellow or orange. You can get those. I just chose these for now. This is how it looks right here, and I have my meat right here. What we're going to do is simple. Take your spoon, take your meat. You're gonna grab one of these like this, place it right on here. Again, make sure you are cleaning your countertops and stuff like that in your hands. I'm gonna take some of the meat and I'm just going to put it right in the middle, just like this. You can put, don't over pack it because we don't want the oil to kind of like spill out when I'm closing it. So this is what I'm doing, just making sure that it's a good level, a good amount, you know. I hate, one thing I don't like is when you are eating a pastelillo and I swear there's like no meat in there. It's like all bread. Okay, so next, let me move this. I'm going to take this and I am, you know what? Hold on a second. Let's go ahead and move the meat a little this way. Let's not put it directly in the middle. Then go ahead and take this part and we're going to flip it over. When you flip it over, just kind of pinch it a little bit just so that it can stay. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and grab a fork. I'm gonna take the fork and right along the edges, you wanna make sure the meat is in there. You're gonna go along with the fork around the whole thing. You could do kind of twist the bread or twist the empanada. I'm just choosing to do the fork method. It's the easiest one. Go ahead and you want to make sure you seal it. That way, when you're frying it, you won't have any spillage. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up. And voila, this is what we have. I like to keep it on these papers and I just put it on a plate. I'm gonna make another one just to show you guys one more time. So we take the meat. I'm gonna go ahead, put it over here, not quite in the middle like I did with the first one. That's how you know I haven't made these in a while. So go ahead and you put your meat, that's too much. Put your meat like this. So you can leave it like this, right? Or I like to add cheese to mine. I take a little piece of cheese and I'll put it right on top. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. We're gonna grab it. I'm gonna make sure to keep the cheese in there. And I'm going to flip it. Make sure the cheese is in there. Flip it, make sure the cheese is in there. You may use a fork. Okay, so in a frying pan, I went and put oil, put it on high heat until it gets to, you know, until the oil gets hot. Then I'll bring it down to maybe around medium and kind of stay there. we're gonna go ahead and add the pastelillos. Just add, don't overcrowd because you don't want the oil to lower, to get any cooler than it's supposed to. I'm gonna do around 4. And we're gonna go ahead, let it sit here for about, I would say give it maybe 2 minutes each side or less, probably like 1.5 minutes. They cook really quickly. So yeah, let these cook for 2 minutes and then we're gonna go ahead and flip them. So I went ahead and I flipped them. This is how they should look. I actually only let it cook for 1 minute and then I'm gonna let it finish cooking on this side for 1 minute and then go ahead and take it out because we don't want to burn them. And these are my version of pastelillos, Puerto Rican style. These are them. They came out so good. This is the meat. I cut one in half so you guys can see the inside. So yeah, this is how they look. They're so freaking good. They taste so amazing. That meat, oh my god, that meat, so good. I truly wish that I can just like throw them at you guys. I wish everyone can taste them. They're so freaking delicious. Somewhat easy, just tedious. There's a lot going on in the process if you're doing it from scratch like the sofrito. However, this is what it looks like. I am going to go ahead and put the recipe down below, as well as you can watch the video and go step by step there. That's it. I wish I could sing a song like, oh, don't they look so beautiful? Okay. And that's it. I want to say thank you guys for watching. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It truly helps. And yeah, I just hope that you guys enjoy this video and I will see you guys later.